Actors in the fall musical prepare for opening night, and a new podcasting studio is up and running. Good day, everyone, and welcome to Newsbeat. I'm Brenda Mata. We will get to those stories in just a minute, but first, HLGU's 80th annual Booster Banquet took place this past Friday night. The event featured Ken Bevel. Bevel is a pastor, a former Marine, and is most known for his role as an actor. Bevel took the opportunity to share about using your gifts for God in the field that he has called you to.
The message that I want to leave for those that are attending is to use the gifts that God has given you. God has equipped each and every one of us with a very special gift that is unique to the individual. And when we use those gifts for the kingdom, we see more people come to know Christ. And so, especially when we use those gifts collectively, we just see the beauty of what God has created in us.
Bevel is known for acting in 2 Kendrick films, Fireproof and Courageous. He is currently a pastor of membership and local missions at Sherwood Baptist Church in Albany, Georgia. Hannibal LaGrange University will be performing the show titled She Loves Me for the fall musical. The musical takes place December 2nd through the 4th. Shows are at 7 p.m. each night. She Loves Me is a romantic comedy filled with joyful music and spectacle. Ticket prices range from $10 to $16. Special discounts are available for seniors and groups. Tickets may also be reserved by calling the box office at 573-629-3182. For more information about the show, you can email the box office at boxoffice@hlg.edu. After a major storm damaged the Student Center on campus, officials at HLGU say they are looking forward to repairing and opening the building. Vice President for Student Life, Josh Pierce, says progress is moving right along and crews have finished repairs to the roof this past week.
As of yesterday, actually, we completed the roof project on the building at the Student Center. And so that was a long process to get that all lined out. It was supposed to take 10 days, it actually only took 8. And so now we're waiting for gutters. As soon as the gutters are completed, we'll begin work on the interior of the building. We're meeting with some companies just next week, actually, to discuss some of the projects like flooring and some new drywall and some paint and things like that.
Pierce says they hope to reopen the Student Center next spring. In other news, the popularity of podcasts are on the rise. According to podcasthosting.com, 155 million Americans have listened to a podcast. And now students, faculty, and staff members at HLGU also have the chance to produce their own podcast. With more on that story, here's Gracie Pfaff.
The Burt Studio in the Roland Fine Arts Building is now ready for students and staff to use. The room is set up to serve as a podcast studio.
We have cameras, we have microphones, we have control boards, we have lights, we have nice furniture that we were able to purchase locally.
The room is equipped with everything you need to produce a podcast. With money from federal grants for COVID relief, the podcast studio was funded so that instructors can focus on distance learning. The room is also being used by the alumni office to connect with former students.
It is a podcast for anyone, but it mainly is tailored towards alumni and friends of Hannibal LaGrange, and it's really fun content. Like, I'm not going to get into politics, and I'm not going to get into that heavy stuff, but I'm going to talk about things that are happening on campus, interviews with alumni, faculty, staff, students.
Students in the communication department are also using the studio to gain real-life experience. Senior communications student Grant Peters is producing a podcast for his senior project.
My podcast is called A Closer Look, and the whole point of the podcast is to take a closer look into the lives of different HLG people, which is what I open every podcast with. It's basically, I'm hoping to see a different side of different people.
The studio is open for faculty and staff who want to start a podcast.
We'd love to eventually, have 7, 8, 9 different podcasts running at the same time, run by different departments, and showcasing all the amazing things that are going on campus and the great minds that we have working in different departments around campus.
For more information about the podcast studio or to book a segment, contact Tim Fenton at the email on the bottom of your screen. Reporting for Newsbeat, I'm Gracie Pfaff.
That is all the time we have for now. Until next time, I'm Brenda Mata.